Hey there, guys, welcome back. There's no doubt about it, people love the Iron Ranger. Every time I make a video about the Iron Ranger, it gets a lot of views. So I get a lot of comments, and people are saying the same thing. Man, I really like these, but I can't afford them. Maybe they're a student, or maybe they're just starting off in their career, but for whatever reason, the Iron Ranger is just out of their grasp. Or they like the Iron Ranger, but they really can't stand, that has a bulbous toe and a lower heel. So I've come up with 10 alternatives to the Iron Ranger to fit any budget or hopefully fit any taste. Now, what I tried to do here is keep them all under $300. So that way, if the Iron Ranger is here, of course, above the Iron Ranger, the world's your oyster. You can get anything you want, or you can have it made for you to your specifications. So let's not jump in here and say, oh, well, you really should just buy the Iron Ranger. Clearly, it's a better boot. That's a given, all right, compared to some of these. But if you're somebody who's very limited on funds, hopefully I have something here which is a good alternative to the Red Wing Iron Ranger. First up, not surprisingly, is the Wolverine 1000 mile. Now, these are a direct competitor to the Red Wing Iron Ranger. They come in at $291. All of the Wolverine 1000 mile boots are USA made, Goodyear welted, have a cork midsole, but they also have the ability to be customized, which is not available with the Red Wing Iron Ranger. So if you go over to the Wolverine site, you can actually make these basically to your specifications, how you like them, with the toe cap and all kinds of stuff like that. They do run slightly large, however, so make sure you take that into consideration when you order them. Up next is the Chippewa Service Boot. This comes in at $279. It's also USA made. They use American hide leather. It is Goodyear welted, has a Vibram outsole, and it too runs a half size large. Number 3 is another Huckberry find, and that's from Thorogood. These cost $275. These are USA made. They use Horween Chrome Excel leather. They fit a full size large, so you have to be careful with that. But Thorogood is another company, just like Red Wing, where they have very dedicated fans. People who like Thorogood, they usually don't try anything else. So that speaks very highly of the brand. Now, as I was cruising around on Huckberry, I also found something really interesting, and that's the Rhodes Boots. Now, these I think are actually owned by Huckberry, but the price is right at $220. These are made in Portugal. They're Blake stitched, not Goodyear welted. So if you know about the advantages and disadvantages of Blake versus Goodyear, Blake is a little bit more flexible. Goodyear is a little bit more weather resistant, easier to resole because you need special machinery to resole a Blake stitched boot. But they have a rubber studded outsole. They run a half size large. I'm interested in these boots. I would really like to try them. So if anybody out there has tried any of the Rhodes boots, this is the Dean for $220. Please let me know. All right, let's get off of the Huckberry website and check out some from LL Bean. This is the Katadyn Boot. Now, these are assembled in the USA with imported parts, but they are Goodyear welted. They have a Vibram outsole. They have a waterproof oiled leather, and they're actually made by Chippewa. Chippewa makes these boots for LL Bean, so you're kind of getting the best of both worlds in a way, especially with LL Bean's awesome return policy. These come in at $199. Up next is the Chippewa Apache for $179, and just like the LL Bean variants that I mentioned above, they are USA made with imported parts. They use a drill vamp lining for moisture wicking, which is pretty interesting, and a Vibram outsole. Another brand that I've heard a lot of good things about is Golden Fox and their Boondocker boot. Now, this is $139, but it's still Goodyear welted, and they use full grain, what they call crazy horse leather. It has a really cool look to it. I'd love to try some of these out. Now we're starting to get into really affordable territory with the Clarksdale Bud boot from Clark's USA. These use suede uppers. They have a rubber sole with what they call a wood effect. Now this is kind of like, it's mimicking the look of a leather sole, but for under $100, it's not too bad. Again, I'd like to try them out for myself. At $90, the Danner Wolf Creek features stitched-down construction, a Vibram outsole, a full-grain leather with a waterproof liner, and this fits true to size. These look pretty cool. They look very promising, and for $90, and our least expensive on the list, coming in at $79, is the Dickies Knoxville boot. And there's actually a lot to like here. They're Goodyear welted. They use a full grain leather upper, and they have a rubber sole. I mean, they look a lot like the Iron Ranger, so if you're into that style, that kind of heritage look, well, this isn't a bad alternative. So the Iron Ranger is an extremely popular boot. People who have them love them. But if you're somebody who's looking for something that's a little bit more affordable, the heritage look without the heritage price tag, thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that I missed or something that you have that kind of mimics the same look that you appreciate or like even more. I'm interested to see your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you next time.